I think we're live. I think we're live. If we are live, can someone just give us a shout? I've tried to figure out a new way of kind of doing things. So I'm kind of make sure that this actually works, because my live is very new. So if we are live, someone give me a shout and let me know that we are. I'm pretty sure we are, right? You are. Okay, good. So this is the benefit, and this is the thing. So I don't do paid sponsorship, right? And this is like kind of one of the reasons why, because things can happen within a project, or things can come about where I want to be able to get out of a project. The same way, I mean, I was super bullish on FANZ, as you know. I've been a massive kind of proponent of FANZ, and as you can see here, I've got a playlist which I won't delete, because obviously it's important that you see the entire journey. But I'm just going to flick through a few of these comments, because I think one of them is about hairy love spuds. So 3 months old and no CEX listing. I believe they're rectifying that anyway. What token is it? It's FANZ, FANX token. I'll show you in a sec. Right token video was a good one. Yeah, this is the thing. So as you know, I'm an investor that has to manage the amount of money I put into certain tokens, right? So now I'm out of FANZ. Then I would imagine that a large part of that's going to go into the right token, because we had a great AMA today. I don't know if anyone caught that. Riaz seems like an absolutely fantastic human being, really good. Really enjoyed speaking to him. You asked, is people saying that obviously we're live, which is great. I appreciate it. Good evening, hairy love spuds crew. I love that. I tell you, DC made a great joke about Wham the other night on one of the lives. If you want to check that out, it was very funny. He said they've been going downhill since last Christmas, which I thought was funny. Live, thank you very much. I'm still going to keep holding but not buying anymore. Now, this is the thing. Like, what I do is I just always try and be honest with you guys, try and show you what I'm doing. That's all I can do. So do I think it'll go to zero? I don't know. Am I happy with the developments that have happened recently over the last maybe few hours? No. But this is the thing. You can choose when to come out of a project, right? I didn't buy too much, thankfully. I think the vast majority of people who did, particularly from the videos that I made, I think the vast majority of people who did buy actually got out, or if they have sold, have got out in a profit. I made a very small profit, which is a bit annoying, because I could have sold it at 10x, but didn't do that. Is the drop in price of FANX token going to make it more cheap for me to satisfy Mr. Wiggly, or will the price in the or will they price in the drop? I don't know. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to try and there's other places that you can satisfy Mr. Wiggly, I imagine. Hopefully not here. That'd be weird. Change Your Life says, leaving FANZ investment. What you mean? So I've sold my FANZ is what I mean. How come you lost conviction, pal? This is a good guy. County Turf Supplies, by the way. So if you've got any turfing requirements, then this guy is actually a really good guy. So this is what this video is for. I'm going to explain why I lost conviction. So I don't think. I mean, look, it could still do really well. I'm not saying it won't. I'm not saying it won't. But obviously, I sold, and I know a few people have, because I made a post in the FANZ Telegram saying that I'm going to be selling as a result. This person, Jordana, I've got a lot of time and a lot of respect for her. I'd like to obviously speak to her again about potentially, because she was obviously on one of our AMAs, and I spoke to her, spoke to Adam, spoke to Shelby. There's a few people in there who are fantastic people. And before you do an AMA or a live, for a couple of minutes before you go physically live, you do have conversations. And I've always been really bullish on the project as a result, because for me, Jordana was one of the main reasons why that I would want to be invest in this project. She's a very well-known person. For her to decide to leave the project, and I don't know her reasons for that. I can check the FANZ Telegram because I believe she made a post. In fact, I mean, like, I know that I'm not coming out of this without any hate. Like, I'm already getting a little bit of hate. So, for instance, one of the messages in there in the FAN, this is all public record. You can go and check all this, obviously. But it says that thank you for all you did, and you're one of the few who knows this project in detail. But sheesh, what a knee-jerk reaction! One key person leaving and going are all part of business growth. It does nothing to the fundamental of the project, platform, token migration, and the dozen other things the team is working on. I don't disagree. But this is the thing. So, do you not think that I'll be best placed telling you what I'm doing, rather than just go say nothing about it, maybe sell it, maybe try and convince you that this is something? And this is the thing: if it was paid promotion, then a lot of people will probably tell you to still stay into it because you're not going to want to see that big red candle down. I'm not saying that FANZ is dead. I'm not saying that it's not a great project or anything like that. I don't know. I only know a lot of the things that you guys already know. We've had the AMAs, we've done all that kind of stuff. But like I said before, if Jordana's leaving, then there's a reason behind that. I don't know what that reason is, but whatever that reason might be, is enough for me to sit up and take notice and go, well, hang on. Because, like I said before, she's one of the main reasons that I was invested in the project. And I do, I think she was very brave for speaking out. I'll try and find her initial goodbye post because I think it's important on the FANX Telegram. There's been a shit ton of messages since that, as you can imagine. But I'll try and find it. But like I say, my position or my post in it, which I'll read to you guys so everyone's up to speed, because I think it's important to just always try and be as transparent as possible. If I flick through, so I put, like, my take on it is this. So this is what I posted in their Telegram, just so you know, and you can go and check this. It's public record. Go and check it. Okay, my take on it is this. I've always had a lot of time and respect for Jordana. As you know, I've always been very bullish on the platform and the project, but I'm out, of course. I don't know if this is a result of me being banned from this Telegram, because I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. And I obviously wish the platform well for the future, and I do. I generally do. I think if it continues to build, hopefully it will. But I'm not bullish now in that regard. So that for me, I'm out, right? But for me, one of the main reasons I invest into the platform has publicly spoken in this Telegram group and raised her concerns. It's enough for me to take my investment elsewhere. Jordana has been very brave, in my opinion. I think anyone who goes against the grain and says things that perhaps need to be said and don't get the coverage, then for me that's bravery, and I'm fully behind that. So what else did I put? So it's been very brave, in my opinion, and to speak her truth and here to you all. I of course don't know the ins and outs, and I still don't, obviously, regarding this. And I'm making a video to say that I've sold as I owe that to my audience, as I've always been very honest with everyone, and that must continue in my YouTube and investment journey. I really appreciate the people I've met in here, and I wish the project the very best success in the future, all the very best. Now, that remains true. I want you all to still do very, very well. I, like I said before, have now I've sold my bags with FANZ. I'm gutted about it, like, genuinely, because I was so bullish. It was one of my lottery ticket plays, the ones that I thought, well, if this does well, this is life changing, right? So the post that Jordana put in the FANZ Telegram group, obviously feel free to have a look at this. It just says, hello, I want to let everyone know that as of today, I'm no longer work at FANZ. There's a number of questionable things going on and was demoted today. I stated I do not want to remain as part of the website or white paper as MD, as I'm not MD, and they sacked me and I want it publicly known. I've had no control for some time, and I do not support these decisions. Adam and Liv are amazing. Now, as you know, Adam's really good. He speaks on every Twitter space. He was on our AMAs, genuinely like decent guy, in my opinion. And Liv's also been absolutely fantastic. She said they're amazing. I just want to state that none of these, none of that might just be badly written. None of have any control over any decisions. Sorry to bring this news. I'm disappointed to see it go this way. Now, I legitimately am too. Because, like I said before, I've always thought, this could be the one. This could be the lottery ticket play. That we're all kind of searching for in crypto, because we're looking for these 100x's and things like that. But like I said before, this is important. This is why it's good to not be paid promotion for a project, right? Because I wouldn't have the ability to come and talk to you and tell you the reasons why I have sold my bags if I was paid, because there would be contractual obligations in order for me to always be promoting something, always be bullish on something. I've been bullish on FANZ for a long time, since I first kind of saw it. I don't think this has got Labs vibes, where Labs, for me, I think Labs is going to go to zero. I don't like it. I think it's shit. I think people behind it, I think they're dodgy personally, but that's just my opinion. But again, I've always come out and told you the truth. But like I said before, if one of the main reasons that I was bullish and invested into a project no longer wants to be part of that project, it makes my ears prick up. It makes me think, well, hang on, why? And I don't know the ins and outs. I'm sure they'll come to light at some point. I of course will be just as interested as you guys to know the ins and outs behind it. But I think it's important that we have these conversations, right? Let me just try and catch up with the chat briefly, because there's still a few things I want to touch on, but I don't want the chat to get too far away from us, because I'm really shit at knowing how this works. So what have we got? Right to take me to the moon, mate. Yeah, hopefully. I haven't bought any yet, so I've still got this USDT now that I have to invest in things. So right will be I think a large chunk of that for sure. I'm not going to sell it. I believe this project. That's absolutely fine. This is the thing. This is what I like about this, because I'm not paid promotion. It's fine. So I've sold personally, but I'm just telling you, what I'm doing, which is I think is important. Transparency is the way forward for me. I think if you wish to hold on, absolutely fine. And I really do, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I hope it still does really well. I hope it's still 100x's and everyone's in a great position. I hope that's the case. I don't feel it will be, so that's why I've come away. But I have no doubt that it could do well. Like the fundamentals behind the project, I guess, haven't changed. But for me, one of the leading proponents of why I thought it would be a good investment, because when you back something, similar to Rightstream, we did an AMA today, right, with Riaz Mehta. The guy is so clued up, so switched on, such a really nice guy, an interesting guy. That he knows everything about his business. So you're not just backing Rightstream, you're backing Riaz. And the same way as when you're backing FANZ, I was backing Jordana Fox, because I'm not a massive porn consumer, believe it or not. I know, judging by my face, you'd probably think I should be, but I'm not. But even I know or always have known who Jordana Fox is. So, I understood that the popularity of people within the industry or within the space will want that a lot, right? So that's just the way I see it. So that's how I'm basing what I'm doing on. It's not tokenomics. It's not fundamentals. It's not the project. I like to back people within projects, and if then people are no longer there, it concerns me a little bit, and then I have to make my own decisions. I'm not saying that FANZ is a bad investment. I'm not, because I don't know. I just did what I thought was right. I invested in when I said I did. I've now subsequently sold based on information that's been presented to me, which is publicly available. You can go into their Telegram. You can read the same things. You know as much as I know at this stage, but I had to make a decision. And there comes a time. This is why it's important about not marrying your bags. We've said this before, right? Don't marry your bags, because there are going to be times where things may crop up and people can call it FUD. They can call it whatever they want. And they might think that, right, I'm out of this particular project. That's fine. You might want to hold. You might think, oh, it's just FUD and buy the dip. If you want to do that, that's absolutely fine as well. It's up to you. I'm just giving you an example of what I'm doing because I want to try and be as open and honest with you and transparent. That's why I'm saying, look, I'm out now. I wasn't. I was massively bullish. Now I'm not. So that's how I sit with it, right? Bro, you're acting too emotional. Front fans will be huge tomorrow. The dip is gone. Jordana will be replaced in a heartbeat. That may be the case, James. Absolutely not going to argue with you. That could absolutely be the case. And I have huge belief that that could be the case. But for me, I have to make a decision based on what I feel. And because I'm dealing with real money here, my own money, I'm not dealing with sponsored money or other people's money. I'm dealing with my own. I have to make sure that where I put my funds is where it needs to go, because I have to do it. Because if I fuck this bull run up, then what's that? It's a waste of 4 years. So I'm not prepared to do that. So if I believe that a project is now not going to be as bullish or as profitable as I initially thought, then I have to then reassess that. If you believe that Jordana will be replaced in a heartbeat, and if you believe that the front fans will be huge tomorrow and the dip is going to be gone, that's great. That's great. And I don't criticize you for thinking that way. It's not interesting that she left. It's interesting why she left. Mr. Jard said, yeah, exactly. Exactly that. So this cold is doing my fucking head in. How long have I had this cold for now? You're right. You know, it's not interesting that she left. It's interesting why. And that's the bigger question. So I imagine that over time, you know, things will come out, and I imagine that you know, we'll find out more about that. But at the minute, we're all just in the dark as each other. But you know, for me, I had to make a decision, rightly or wrongly. I could be proven wrong. Of course, I could. You know, this could 100x now, and I'm like, fuck, should have held on to that. But I'm just telling you what I'm doing, because if I didn't tell you what I was doing, sold it, I'd get accused of dumping on fat or whatever. So I have to tell you the truth. It's much easier to just tell you the truth. DC, uncertainty is never good with a project. Capital preservation is number one priority. Personally reasonable to sell. Don't listen to these fucks digging you out. Crypto is a solo sport. Yeah, this is the thing. So it is very much player versus player. You know, you need people to sell to in order to make, you know, your big gains. That's going to happen in the future, you know, when the bull run comes. And I feel bad for a lot of people who are going to come in 2025 who are, you know, wet behind the ears to a certain extent, and they're going to be buying things at, you know, 50, 60x to what we bought it at. But it's necessary. It's a cycle. It's necessary. It's what has to happen, unfortunately, which is why that people on the journey with me during this channel, I hope that my honesty and transparency does show, because that's important to me. I want you to know what I'm doing. I didn't make a lot of money from this, to be fair. I made around about, I think about £2,500, which isn't a lot, because I could have had closer to 10 when it was 10x. But you know, I still at that point had full belief in the project, so I had no reason to sell. Now my belief has waned. I had to get out, but that's just me. You know, you have to choose what you want to do with your investment. I'm not telling anyone to sell, I'm not telling anyone to buy. You know, it's just how it is. How do I make this go down a little bit? Because I want to try and get through every comment, because I don't like missing them. Here we go. So Connor C, or Kona C, changing of a CEO as a company grows isn't too concerning. However, some of the other items that were posted in the Telegram group concerning legal compliance were concerning. Okay, so this is the thing. So I don't know a lot about the legal compliance side. Like, I genuinely don't. I did briefly see a few messages flicking through in the Telegram group about that, but they weren't from anyone who was in the know. as far as I know. So I kind of dismissed that to a certain extent, but I don't know. But obviously, if that was to be proven, then massively concerned, and of course it is. A bit of everything. Are you still bullish on gaming metaverse? If so, I know you're keen on Synverse. Yeah, I don't hold Synverse, but it's one of these ones, because when I was younger, I used to love playing GTA. I think GTA was fantastic. I remember the original one where you got the little dot bullets, and you kind of just got to angle your dot bullets at people. So I remember the original one, right? But it obviously expanded and grew to something fantastic. And I would quite like to play GTA 6, although my dexterity now for thumb to game ratio is probably not what it used to be for sure. But yeah, it's got that feel though. It's got that GTA kind of vibe to it. So I know how popular GTA is. I know how well that's going to do. So similarly, I'm thinking, well, maybe Synverse could do the same, right? That's my thinking behind it anyway. Change your life. I'm struggling to understand why you sold your bag. Well, I think I've just tried to explain that. So when I invested in the project, I invested in the fact that it had this really solid team, and one of the main members of that team for me was Jordana Fox. And like I said before, if you want adoption from other creators in the space, Jordana is a very well-known name, right? Even to me, and I'm not a heavy porn consumer. Am I allowed to say that word? I'm probably not. I'll probably get this. This is probably not live out to anyone as a result of that. I'm not sure. Like adult world, maybe. I don't know. But I know who she is. So if I know who she is, then people who are really heavily into the adult sector, it's really annoying. You just can't say what you want on YouTube just to you get banned and all kinds. It's ridiculous. Just for saying words. Words exist for fuck's sake, right? But so that's one of the reasons. So I was thinking, right, I know that she'll bring adoption to the space, therefore to the project. Therefore, it will bring more big name creators over, and it'll get that snowball effect, and it'll do really, really well. For me, and I imagine, and this is the thing, because people don't really speak about these people as people. Like they're generally people, right? So they talk the same way as the crypto community talks to each other, the same way as I'm sure football players talk to each other. Adult stars also will talk to each other, and if there's concerns about a project and someone as big as Jordana, is no longer a part of it, I imagine that will be something that's spoken about behind the scenes with potentially other adult creators. So for me, that's a concern. That would be my biggest concern. So therefore, where's the growth and the adoption going to come from if we're losing one of the gems in the crown, so to speak? So again, yeah, that's my biggest concern. Any thoughts on Arc Block? No idea why it's pumping lately, but it's now number one in my portfolio. No, I'm not going to go through a lot of crypto projects today. This is not kind of what this stream is. The reason why it's probably pumping really well is I think a YouTuber made a video on it. That's probably what it is. But I will look at Arc Block and I'll definitely privately or publicly go through it on another video just so we can have a chat about it. All right. Maybe you were a whale and now it's going to zero. I sold my FANX 1 month ago. No. So I wasn't a whale, unfortunately. I'm not as wealthy as some of these guys who take all these sponsors and stuff like that. They got a lot more money, right? So I wasn't a whale. I don't think I was in the top 20 wallets, to be fair. So maybe top 100, perhaps. Maybe top 100. But it is what it is, and if you sold it a month ago, hopefully you got a better return than I did. But I'm just being honest with you guys. Gamer, it's too messy. It wasn't just Jordana who wanted to quit. Another major content creator also recently shared a strange message about leaving the project. Okay, I'm not sure who you mean. If you mean someone who, I'm trying to put this as politely as possible without coming across as though it's going to get demonetized. If you mean someone who does things that maybe looks like a fountain, then I don't think she's leaving the project. I think she's just doing other things, as far as I'm aware, as well as. But that's if we're talking about the same person, right? What did she say specifically for those who don't have Telegram? Well, I read it out before. I'll do it again if it's still somewhere I can see it. Just for people obviously new joining the stream or whatever. I mean, bearing in mind there's a lot of messages on here. I'll try and find it for you. You know, I don't think it's been a particularly terrible message. I just think it was, you know, for me, kind of her thoughts, and I like to take everything with a pinch of salt to a certain extent. But for me, this is major news, and obviously, would have been a small cap as well. This kind of news can have a massive impact on price, of course, far more than like. Well, no, I mean, if Gilbert left Quant, it would be pretty devastating as well. So, but if there was some other person within Quant who left, I don't think it would really do much to the price. Whereas something with such a smaller cap, then it obviously can. I will find it for you. I'm sorry, mate. It just takes a little time. There's a lot of messages in here. But again, this is all public domain. So I'm not revealing anything that's, you know, behind the scenes or behind the curtain of anything. So basically all it said was, hello. I want to let everyone know as from today, I no longer work at FANZ. There's a number of questionable things going on and I was demoted. Today I stated I did not want to remain on the website or white paper as MD, as I'm not MD and they sacked me. I want it publicly known. I have no control for some time now, and I do not support these decisions. Adam and Liv are amazing. I just want to state that none of them have any control or any decisions. Sorry to bring this news and disappointed to see it go this way. Now, that's what was said. So you can feel free to go and check that out if you wish. Obviously, that's word for word, right? Video Vander, I'm sure you're not the only man to empty his bag on FANZ. Maybe not, but this was a very different bag to the one I think you're suggesting. Ag. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what that is, mate. So you lost me on that one. Women are unstable anyway. Good that she's leaving. Okay, you know, if that's what you think, that's fine. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's me laughing like Popeye. Oh, yeah, I get it now. I get it. I hope you don't piss off Olive too much, right? We want managers, not former porn stars, if we're going to become serious. This is good news long term. Okay, if that's what you think. But for me, and I agree, you're going to want to have management structure, of course, that are good in the space. But also with the fact that being a very adult-orientated crypto, then you're going to want people who have been in that space, not only for new creators to be onboarded, so there's a trust element there, but also knowing what consumers want. So for me, it's a terrible idea not to have some former adult stars. Did I say the word again? I'm gonna get done off this, aren't I? If women are involved, expect drama. It's unavoidable. Okay, you've made your point. You seem to be very anti-female, but that's fine. That's fine. You do you, yeah. Farhan Emad, I think that was Miss Nivis. Yeah, I think it was. That's who I think we're talking about, right? Joseph, again, I'll let it settle and then buy more. You do you. You do you. This is the thing. You have to do whatever you think is right. Change like the whole idea for this project is customer pay with coins to the credit or debit cards. I still believe the sector needs some things like that. That's why I invested. Yeah, and I still think it does. This is the thing. The pain points that we spoke about and the other reasons why we're previously bullish still exist. They still exist. There's still issues that need to be solved. And FANZ still does have that ability. Like I said before, I'm just telling you what I've done, and I've sold. But at least you know that I've sold. So, we may even revisit this again in the future. We may do another video on FANX in the future where it's like 20, 30x, and I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have sold it, but it is what it is, and I did what I thought was right. I'm buying more. The price is nice. Generado Movimiento. I don't know. I probably really butchered that. I don't know. Joseph again. Women equal drama. I can't say the word though, so it's like adult star equals flaky drama. Okay. Sorry, it was in response to the creator who left under suspicious circumstances. Yeah, I know who you mean, and I know what you're saying. But this evening though, she's been in there, right? So I don't think she's left. I think she was going to Estonia, and then doing things with other platforms as well as her own. As far as I know, may have been someone else they're referring to. Yeah, possibly, but I don't think it is. Change OnlyFans, or I can't say that either. OF, got to say OF, right? OF website does not have former CEO porn star. Oh shit, I've said porn again. Adult star, right? No, as far as I know, no. But I don't think OF was initially set up around the adult sector. I think it was just a way to monetize your own content, right? I didn't think it was initially set up that way, but with a lot of things, a lot of advancements in various technological things were down from the adult industry. And I think that was one of the things that made OF as big as it is. I think if you took the adult side out of it, I don't think OF would be that big, right? DC, it's a win-win. You got out in profit, and the rabid believers get a chance for cheap tokens. All is well. Let's talk about a foot match I saw last night. No, let's not. Let's not talk about a foot match you saw last night. For those of you who are probably unaware of this, I'm a massive Liverpool fan. We got beat by Arsenal yesterday, and in fairness, deservedly so. We just didn't turn up at all. We were awful. So, yeah. Are you an Arsenal fan yourself? Are you? Because bastard. No, it is what it is. I'm still hopeful. I'm still hopeful. I think a City playing now. City are playing Brentford, right? Please tell me Brentford are winning. Let's have a look. So will take a long time for it to recover. I don't know, mate. It's such a small market cap that you don't really need that bigger buys, really, to make that go back to where it was over the last few hours. A few big buys could change all that. I've got memories of Arsenal now in my head. So let's have a look at the price anyway while we're here, shall we? So obviously it's dumped on the news, and then came back up and gone back down, and yeah, it's kind of like a bit of a slowy, dumpy type thing. Max chart still looks okay, but you can see that the sell-off's there. Whether you wish to sell it, that's entirely up to you. I don't encourage or recommend anything. You got to do what you got to do. As you know, I've always been very bullish until the last few hours. And I spoke about this as well. The refer to win during February, they had the competition, stuff like that. So, it kind of is what it is. I've got a lot of time for Jordana, and like I said before, she was one of the main reasons why I got involved with the project in that regard. I think that it was important. I think she's been very brave in speaking in the Telegram about it, and did it publicly so everyone could see. So no one had inside information. No one could just go and dump and do things like that. So at least she did it publicly, and I think she deserves a lot of respect for that. For personally, that's why I think. You can think what you like, obviously. It'll take a couple of days. Price will be down a bit, then it'll be okay. Yeah, quite possibly, mate. Quite possibly. No, I'm West Ham fan, so in no position to mock because we're absolute shit. No, I think you're all right. I was made up that you won the Conference League. I thought that was nice. Even though he's an ex-blue shite, I don't mind David Moyes too much. And he did a lot of bad work at Man United, so that was always great. So I appreciate him for that. But no, West Ham are fine. I have no dislike towards West Ham. All it needs is to get listed on Central Exchange. I'm not anti-woman. I'm a realist. Women equal drama. I work mostly with women. An investor should be a realist. Okay. You do you. I'm not going to criticize your opinions. What I'm saying is, you can think what you like. Do whatever you want to do. That's fine. And the listing on a CX, I believe, is still coming. I don't know exactly which centralized exchange is going to be. Was it Saturday night that we had a Twitter Spaces with several, and it was mentioned there for the first time. So I don't know what centralized exchange is going to be, but hopefully we'll find out, right? Please take Moyes from us. We all hate him. Really? This is interesting. I didn't know that that Moyes was disliked by West Ham fans. I thought after, you sixth in the league, won a European trophy. Is he that bad? Has he done that? Has he done that many things wrong? I mean, I don't know. I'm outside looking in. I'm obviously devastated with losing Klopp. Love that guy, right? He got the city. He understands the culture. For him to go, it hurts. So, but I didn't think that Moyes had a bad rep in West Ham. It's getting listed on XT. Okay, so there you go. So it's getting listed there. Is that great? Is that bullish? I don't know. Will it pump the price? Quite possibly. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I might have just literally sold at the worst possible time. Quite possibly. I'm not saying that I've timed this perfectly because I don't know. But for me, I like to have full conviction in what I hold. And I think that's important. And if your conviction wavers in some way and it is genuine conviction and not just some kind of nonsense, then I think you have every right to question, what you hold. And for me, I went out of it. I'm not saying the project is going to go to zero. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I had to make a decision. And because I've made so many videos about FANZ and the token itself and how bullish I've been on it, I felt that it's also important for me to tell you when I'm coming out of it, because otherwise I'm just not going to tell. I want you to know the truth. So for me, I've given you a load of bullish information over the past, month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, maybe, probably a bit longer on FANX, and now I've decided, after this news, it's not for me. But I feel as though it's important for me to tell you that, right? Do not panic. Also, things like that, maybe they deliberately make the price go down and buy back again. That's possible. That's happened in the past with different projects. It is possible. You could be right. If that's the case, it's worked on me. So there you go. I like to try and keep and remain with a level head as much as possible. But like I said before, the reasons that I got into a project, that it ticked all the boxes. A couple of them boxes are now not ticked. So it's encouraged me, like myself, to then go, right, should I hold into this? Or should I look at other projects that I could potentially go into? For instance, Right. I haven't bought a large amount of Right yet. I've only got, I'll tell you what I've got. I only got 30, I think it's 33,000 Right, I think. So it isn't massive. I had 25. I topped it up a little bit. My goal for Right, I want 100,000 of them. That's where I want to kind of be in that particular project. So these are my lower cap gems. Obviously, I'm heavier in Quant, Casper, Trias, and all that kind of stuff. And I've lost no conviction in those plays completely. But some of the lottery ticket plays, sometimes you have to flip these things around. But like I said before, I'm not saying that FANX is the worst project in the world at all, because I was very bullish on it. So I'd be an idiot to now go, oh, but now I'm not bullish on X, Y, Z, and go through a list of things now I'm not bullish on, because 80%, 85% of the things I was originally bullish on, I still am. But it's not enough. On lottery ticket play, I want to be 100% kind of convinced that it's going to do at least the 10x, at least the 20x, because these are my lower market cap plays, right? If I lose my conviction in those, when I'm expecting a lot higher gains, then no, for me, I can't do that. And again, one of the large reasons behind that is because I was fully invested in what Jordana brought to the table. If Jordana's not there, I feel as though their table is weakened as a result. That's just how I see it. The football is the worst I've ever seen. Really, worse than Sam Allardyce, worse than Big Sam. Don't know. I've been watching loads of crypto YouTubers, and you're clearly my favorite with honesty like this. That CG guy has blown his beans with that Miria fiasco. Well, I appreciate it, and thank you. That's very nice of you to say, Video Vandal. I hope I've said that right. Yeah, I heard about the whole Miria Crypto Galaxy thing. Sorry, not Miria, Miro Crypto Galaxy thing. And yeah, I don't know what he's done. Personally, I don't watch him, so I don't really know what he's really like. I believe he's an American guy, right? From what I've heard, I've probably seen about 10 seconds of him in my entire life. So, but I'm hearing a lot of things. I think he's another one selling like a ludicrously priced course, as far as I know. But yeah, I don't really care about him. Don't know him. I don't have any need to know him. Change your life. I believe the team can make it. Good, because but that's important. So if you believe the team can make it, then you've got conviction in the project. That's what you want. I have to blow my nose because I just can't breathe properly. I've had this illness has lasted forever. Sorry, that's not very professional, is it? But it's stuck here. But yeah, if you've got conviction in the team and you believe that they can do that, then that's great. That's what you want. That helps you, with your project. But I lost the conviction and the belief that the team can make it. So therefore, I had to sell because my conviction waned. If yours hasn't, then you've got potential there to maybe make extra X's that I'm not going to make as a result. But it has to be up to you. It has to be up to you. And if you choose to do this and you choose to stay at the FANX and it does 100x, then I'll be the first to congratulate you. I genuinely want you to do well. I genuinely do. If I'm wrong on this one, but I make a 70x on another play that I go into, like right or something like that, then I'm not going to be disappointed. And I'll be happy for you if FANX does go and do 100x. I'm not. This is what I'm saying. I'm just telling you the reasons why I'm out. They're not necessarily the reasons why anyone else has got to do it. You've got to choose what you want to do. Michael becomes investor. Whether it's done deliberately or not, it's never a good idea to sell when it's red. Yeah, so selling when it's red is often not good because you sometimes have relief pumps and things like that. So there are ways to kind of get out with a bit more money. I was still in profit when I sold, so I'm not overly disappointed because bearing in mind I got in at $500,000 market cap, so that was low, right? For full transparency, the video's there. You go back and check the playlist. When I bought FANX. So fortunately, it would have took a catastrophic red candle to even break even for me on this particular project, which is great. So like I said before, I made a small amount of profit, not massive. It's not going to change anyone's life. Hopefully where I then put that capital will help towards life-changing gains, obviously, because that's the whole point where everyone's here for. That's the reason why everyone who's watching, it's the reason why I'm in the space. But I agree, selling in red's not normally a good experience or a good thing to do, but I sold at a profit, so I can't be too disappointed in that regard. Who's running it now? I don't know. I imagine everyone who's in there previously is still the same, just without Jordana, as far as I know. Whether other people are leaving, I don't know. I can check the Telegram again. I'll read through that after this, because there may be updates that we don't know about whilst we're going live. In fact, if anyone's in the Telegram, let me know if there's any updates from the Telegram in this chat, and we might find out news together. So you still have some? No, I have zero. I sold every single FANX. I don't have any. I mean, you are still in. No, I'm not in. I'm completely out. I have 0 FANX tokens now. Cheyenne, is it Cheyenne? Cheyenne Rodriguez, massive drop since Jordana announced being fired. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. So Cheyenne, I can't say that. I'm fucking really ruining this poor person's name. I feel bad about that. I'm just going to call you Mrs. Rodriguez. It might be easier. Yeah, there has been a massive drop. I mean, we can have a little look to make, doubly short. That's right stream, different one. So, if we look at the 24 hours, the news kind of came out there, and bang, that is a significant drop. So you could put that down to people thinking very similar to me. Whereas, like I've said before, I think one of the driving factors behind investing in something for me is how solid the team is and what they're gonna bring to the table. And Jordana was a massive reason why I was invested in the project. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Her not being there, it weakens my conviction. Whether you want to, whether it weakens yours, I don't know. In general, but it has a significant impact on price, and I think it may continue to do so. But again, like I said before, I think she's very brave for coming out, very brave for what she did publicly in the Telegram. There's nothing, there's no inside information. It's publicly there in the Telegram. She came out and she spoke, and I think that's brave, and I think she deserves credit for that, right? To clarify, Jordana was a director, not the CEO. I didn't say she was the CEO. I never said she was the CEO. Yes, worse than Allardyce. Fucking hell. It's worse than Bisto Tits. Okay, now. Michael becomes investor. Do you think Wright can make it, though? The price never stayed above 6, and I guess they have got hacked before they were talking on the TG. Yeah, they got hacked, and that can happen. That can happen. It's happened to many projects in the past. Do I think Wright can make it? Yes. I don't know whether you've seen the AMA I did today with Riaz Mehta, the founder or co-founder of RightStream. They've already got All Rights, which is like a platform which is about to be launched on NASDAQ. They've got real working products. If you speak to the guy, you'll see the kind of belief he has, and yeah, I think he can make it. I think he can make it. For those who think the CEO got fired, okay, so you're clarifying. That's fine. That's fine. So yeah, she wasn't the CEO, but still a very important part of the project, in my opinion, right? Speaking of Myro, you freaking give me 70x on Rocky. I never bought Rocky, though. This is the thing. This is the danger of being a crypto YouTuber, right? You talk about a project and people just ape into it, regardless. And I know we did Rocky. I think I spoke about Rocky and HTR, I think, on the same video. Wow, this is a while ago now. I think it's probably at least 2 months ago. I think Rocky was very low at the time, and I think it did really, really well. But if you've got a 70x, you did better than me, because I didn't buy any. I didn't buy any Rocky. So well done. Well done. I'm glad you made money. That's the most important thing. If you're making money, then happy days. So well done for getting in. I hope you got out with the 70x. I hope you didn't hold to lower than that. Gringo, you're a very big supporter of the channel as well. I notice you come up a lot, so I do appreciate it. Thank you. I know you're in the Telegram as well, and you do comment a lot on the video, so I appreciate you being here. So reputation is key in the long run as an influencer. Well, listen, I don't want to be an influencer. I think this is the weird thing. So, influencer sounds dirty almost as a concept. If I can just kind of show you my journey, and then whether you want to come along that journey or not, I don't know. You're going to see the highs, you're going to see the lows, and there'll be both. There will be both, and you're going to witness them. I just want to be honest and try and always be as transparent as possible. So that's the way. That's the route I'm going down. And some people appreciate it. Some people would rather that I sold ludicrously priced courses, and then I'd probably have a lot more subscribers if I was more shouty and spoke bollocks most of the time. Or maybe I speak bollocks now, but at least it's honest bollocks, right? Miss Rodriguez is back. I'm not saying your first name. I'll fuck it up. Having an MD who has many years' experience within the industry definitely benefits the company, and I truly believe this will show with time as market cap stays low. Well, yeah, 100%. You want people who've got experience in the industry, and I've said that all along, which is one of the reasons why I fear now for FANX. But it is what it is. Whether you want to stay in or whether you don't, then it's obviously everyone's got their own personal choice. I chose to sell, but yeah, I prefer to have people who are genuinely big within the industry to remain in the project, because I believe it helps onboard not only other creators, but it also gives people confidence in the project. And without those, my confidence waned. Now, I'm just one person, but I imagine that if I feel similar to that, then a lot of other people's confidence may also wane. So it's there. Fucking cold. It's doing me head in. Shit to do. Another good stream, Dan, son. You've got shit to do, so you're getting off. You're getting off. Nice to see you again, DC. Take it easy, buddy. I still chuckle or laugh about your last Christmas one from Wham the other day. That was funny. Blah, blah. Strange price movement considering ETH fee when trading being on Polygon change. So the migration's not took place. It's like the 12th to the 13th of February. So that's like still a good, week? A week today, maybe? A week today, a week tomorrow, perhaps. I think you should invite Mark for an interview. We need to find out what the next step is. Mark? Mark who? Who's Mark? I'm happy to invite Mark, but I don't know who he is. Yeah, it was just a mail from some dude. It was low, and I got lower. I just threw 200 in case after I sold it, got 3x more. So leave it. Leaves me with 13 to 14k only, rather than 50k if I'd waited 2 days. Yeah, but still, take the positives, right? Take the positives. You are very genuine. I know you're going to make it more than you can imagine, mate. Well, I appreciate that. I hope so. I'm just trying to grow the channel. Obviously, I want the channel to do well. It's important because obviously the more views you get, the better ad revenue, and then it can become, more of a wage coming in. Like I said before, I showed you publicly my last 28 days of earnings from YouTube was £192. So I showed you ad revenue isn't that much, right? And I don't take paid sponsorships. So, I've tried to look at other ways that maybe we can boost the earning potential of the channel. So there's a MEXC link. MEXC have paid me nothing, but if you sign up through MEXC's, the link that I've got for MEXC, then I believe I get a kickback for every time you buy crypto and stuff like that. And I think, well, that's okay, because you got to buy crypto somewhere. And, if you want to use MEXC, then at least there may be opportunity to give me a kickback that way, because I want to try and do it so it's always win-win. Again, with the buy me a coffee option, the option's there because the Telegram's now free. You can come and join the free Telegram. It's just that if you want to contribute and want to help me grow and fill my bags even further, then there's an option there to do that. But again, it's completely optional, so you don't have to, which I think that's kind of the nice way to do it. So no one's like forced. I'd rather do that than go, oh, by the way, I found this meme coin. Buy it. then tell you guys about it, and then just sell it on you, because I don't want to do that. That's shit. Marketing. So this is Kian. Marketing, that's the main problem of front fans. Who cares about market cap and trading data on Twitter from a company who provide that kind of services? Yeah, marketing's obviously big. I imagine, like, and again, I can only talk about this from a YouTube side of things, but I imagine that a lot of YouTubers who might have been interested in promoting or enjoying the project, or wanting to kind of buy the project and talk about it, you're not really able to. Like, they do harm your ad revenue. They can kind of shadow ban your video and stuff like that. So I know that it's difficult, for YouTubers. They don't kind of want to risk it. I took the risk because I thought, well, this is a good project. I'm interested in this. I think it could do well. So that's why I made the videos, right? V, no smoke without fire. Not worth the risk with LP unlocking. Why did she not want to be publicly connected? She knows more. Jordana has been in crypto for years. Now her leaving is a red flag. Yeah, I believe so. So, like, she's not stupid. She knows crypto just as much as she knows the adult industry, right? Or maybe knows the adult industry more, but she knows crypto too. And yeah, I think it was a red flag to me. So that was why I took my decision. And again, I've got nothing but I've got a lot of time for her. I think you should invite Adam for an interview. We need to find out what the next step is. Yeah, 100%. If Adam wants to get in touch and wants to do a live, or even a recorded interview or something like that, I'm more than happy to do it. More than happy to do it. Maybe it will allay some of your fears. Maybe it will confirm some. Who knows? But yeah, I'm more than happy to still speak with the team, and if they want to come on and talk, then happy to do that. Happy to do that. Again, I'm not going to make this an echo chamber. It's not all about me. I can just give you what I'm doing. But yeah, if there's other trains of thought and other ways that people want to talk about things, then by all means, come on. We'll have the chat. We'll have the conversation. I'm not going to shy away from anything. If anyone wants to come on and have these conversations, then I'm prepared to do that. PT Minotaur PT. Is that how you say that? Fuck me. What? You can't just be called John Smith, can you? People are sleeping on Creo. Yeah, it seems quite good. Again, I'm not going to go into any other projects today. This is not what this stream is. In the future, we'll definitely go and have a look at everyone's projects, but it is doing well, and it probably will do. Probably will do. I was on the team and was let go at the same time as Jordana. We weren't the only two let go, and there is more, which I'm sure will be disclosed eventually. Okay, so that's interesting, right? So this is someone who's on the team and was let go at the same time as Jordana. Now, why anybody would let Jordana go, or anyone connected to the adult industry for a project such as Front Fans is beyond me. Like, it blows my mind how short-sighted it can be to do that. I think that you've lost such an integral asset, in my opinion. And again, this is just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. I know that in the crypto space, everyone likes to disagree. So the comment section is for that, right? Change your life. So I am sure Adam is watching this program. Adam, we need to hear your voice as your investor. I'm not sure he spends all of his time watching YouTube videos, to be perfectly fair. He may well not be watching this. If he is, I like Adam. I've always had a positive interaction with him. I think he's a nice fella. And again, you don't know. And this is another thing. You don't know if Adam was aware of this. He probably wasn't. This has probably come out of the blue. This has probably sideswiped a lot of people. Not everything's planned to destroy people, right? And not everything's a trick. Sometimes news comes out and then people react on it, and they do whatever they think's right accordingly, right? So for me, I went, nah, fuck this, I'm done. Others might go, ooh, dip. Who's right? Who knows? Only time will tell who was right. Sorry for the name. You did good though. No, your name's fine, mate. It's just that no one who ever comments on the channel just seems to be called Bob or something. There's always something like difficult in it. But no, you're fine. You don't apologize for your name. I like it. Did I get it? So I got it almost right? Star. That's easier. We can live with that. Are FANX going to migrate? Yeah, I believe that's still the case. 12th to the 13th of February, as far as I'm aware, from ETH to Polygon. That's all I know on that. Like, I don't have secret inside information, unfortunately. Be nice if it did, right? There has been things that have led up to this. People within the company and even models have a feeling something was going. Oh, I was going to say, it looked like the end of a sentence, but it was too quick. Something was going to happen. Okay. So this is important, right? So if people within the project are spooked, then that concerns me. Now, I'm not, knowledgeable about people within the actual project, but it concerns me that if models as well are starting to sort of feel, it just looks like a red flag to me, right? But you have to choose. You have to all decide what you want to do. I can only give you what I've done. I've sold. Like I've said this multiple times, but I know people join streams at different times. I've sold and I'm out, and I've given my reasons within this video. I'm not going to go through all the reasons again because you can watch this back. It's going to be there. It's going to be etched in eternity for you to come back and hear my thoughts on it. Whether my thoughts are even that valuable to you, I don't know. Someone's asked, why were you let go? To Cheyenne, right? It's got to be. Star has put, are the migration going to impact the price in your opinion? I didn't think so initially. I thought it'd be okay. Initially. It will depend. It'll depend on how this news is received in terms of Jordana going. It'll depend on what's happening with that, because we could be at a very low market cap come the time migration comes. It's very possible. So I don't really know. It would just be, it's crystal ball time. It would be crystal ball time. No, I know you meant opinion, mate. I know you. From ETH to Polygon makes it way easier and cheaper to buy. It does. That is true. And it'll also, people who want to use the platform, it would make it cheaper for them too. I'm not going to disclose too much, as despite everything, I'd still like the company to stay their bit. But me personally, my role has been replaced immediately with Russian marketers. Okay, so I think that you were answering Rex Flexall. Now you know. I'm not really sure how much we can really talk about it. I mean, the fact that you've been replaced immediately is a concern. I imagine you were doing a good job, right? Gringo said, I was their biggest fan. Well, you up there with me then. I think that was a prize that I might have got as well, because I was, like I said, very bullish. Did 4 videos, done an AMA obviously with the team. Did a video with 2 creators who were genuinely really nice people. Northern Exposure, you remember her, Pollyanny. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed speaking to Adam, Jordana, Shelby, Amy Sky. All were on there. Genuinely nice people. But these kind of things can happen, and sometimes it's it's time to take your money and look at other projects. I mean, I don't really know other. I got excuse my fucking cold, but I don't know any other adult projects that because I haven't researched them at any length at all. That could be comparable to this. Now that I've seen that there's pain points that can be solved, and crypto could do a long way for that. I'd like to see the adult space and the crypto space coming together, because I think there's some very bullish connections available there. I think there's a lot of positive stuff that can come from doing that. I think there's a great little bit between the two. I think if you can amalgamate Web3 and the adult space and get people really talking about crypto and doing things like that, I think there could be really a positive relationship in the future can come. Is this the project that I believe this project would be the one to do that? I no longer believe it will be. So is there other ones in the space that we should be looking at, to maybe invest in? I don't know. I've done no research in any other adult platform in Web3, but it's certainly something that I will look at in the future to see what maybe we could do something different. Not being racist, but never seen a successful Russian managed project all got rug pulled eventually. I don't think that's racist. I think it's xenophobic. You're not doing it on color, you're doing it on nationality, so it's different. But that's just semantics, I guess. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I was their biggest fan. Where do I go now? Well, I mean, no. Funnily enough, I've probably just spoke about it. I don't know where we go. If we want something in the adult space with crypto, with Web3, then we need to go and have a little look. I haven't done any research on that, so I'll get back to you on where I think will be the next play in that particular space. Right now, I'm massively bullish on RightStream. Had a great conversation today with their co-founder. I would suggest anyone who hasn't seen that to go and check it out. It was very informative. He's a very, very nice guy. Cheyenne, models have picked up on discrimination, body shaming, sexism, edited photos without permission, a certain trend of what models were being, I think that means promised, right? Well, that's not good. So no one wants to have discrimination, body shaming, any kind of sexism. All of that is something you don't want, right? Particularly in a space that's supposed to welcome adult content. It's surely of all the places to be kind, it'd be there, right? So look, there's obviously been things happen. There's obviously been things that have gone on that we're not privy to. And I'm like the same as you guys. So I'm just an investor as well. I'm not like I had no secret inside stuff, because why would I? I'm just literally an investor like you. So it looks as though there's more to it than meets the eye. And I'd be interested to find out exactly what that would be. Star, you should do an interview with Cheyenne. She can talk directly to us regarding what happened behind the scenes. Well, yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, look, I will open this up, quite happily open this up, because you know what I am. I'm an investor. I always try and give you everything that I'm telling you. I've told you when I've sold, told you when I've bought. So look, I'm fine with that. If you want to have people on the channel, anyone who wants to come on and speak about something, you're more than welcome to do that. Just drop me an email, drop me a DM. I've got a Twitter. I hardly ever fucking use, to be fair, but you can jump on that if you want. There's now a Telegram. It's free. Go in that if you want. We can set these things up. We can set it up without any problems. Anyone wants to have a chat about anything, we can do that. Warren Buffett quote: "I tell you how to become rich. Close the doors. Be fearful when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful." 100%. 100%. And I agree with that. I do agree with that. But I still think that if you lose conviction, then you are within your rights to take your investment out and look for something else. I'm not fearful, which I understand the quote, and I understand it, and it does take a lot of significance. It is important. I'm not fearful. I just don't believe in the project like I believed in it before. And that was due to the fact that they've got rid of someone I consider to be very trustworthy and also a massive asset. When a company loses that, it's like if Virgin lost, Richard Branson. I know it's not the same scenario, but you're losing one of your key figures. It has a problem for me. At start with Jordana, but would need to be discussed. Yeah, of course. I mean, this is again, my inbox or whatever you call it is always open. If Jordana wants to get in touch, that's absolutely fine. She can do that. If Adam wants to have a chat, any of the creators, any of the founders, if you want to come on and have a conversation, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm very I'm ambivalent now. I'm kind of like in the middle, so I don't have any negative, no negative kind of like connections within FANX. I'm no longer bullish, so I've pulled my bag. So, but it is what it is. I'm still more than happy to talk about this project. I think a lot of people are interested in it. Like I said before, I'm more than happy for anyone to reach out, creators, even investors. If you want to talk about it, if you've got some concerns, we can maybe do like a round table or something. There's options there. If you want to do that, we can do that. What's the next 50x then? I don't know. If I knew, I'd go and put my front fans money out right now, right? But over the longer term, I think Ride Stream's got a massive potential. Again, if you haven't watched it yet, nip back, watch the AMA and see what you think about it. Obviously, not financial advice, but you watch it and see what you think. Wait, I just got in the stream. What happened? It's unfortunately, mate, Rich. It's a bit lengthy to go through, but if you scroll it back to the beginning, I'm sure it'll all start making sense for you. It's basically, I'll give you the long and short. Jordana made a post in the Telegram of Front Fans today that she was no longer part of the project. That caused me to be concerned, and as a result of my concern, I've sold my Front Fans bag. Some people think that it's still bullish, it's still a good thing to hold. Maybe they're right, maybe they're not, but that's just where we are. I've said before, and I think Jordana again was very brave to come out publicly and say, look, this is not for me, because she's got a massive reputation in the space, and I think it's important. So when someone like that talks, you should really listen. And I've listened, and I've gone, well, maybe this is not the right project for me anymore, and so I'm out. Which is one of the, because I was obviously talking about it a lot, I felt that it was not obligated. That's probably the wrong word to use, but I felt as though it was important for me to then make a video and be live and be as quick as possible to go, look, listen, I no longer hold any Front Fans tokens because I've always been so bullish on it. I thought it was better to kind of just go, right, let me tell what's happened in my opinion and what I want to do. So I'm currently no longer a holder of FANX tokens. That's kind of the long and short of it. But obviously, if you've got Telegram, jump in their Telegram. I'm sure you'll be able to read through everything that's happened. I'm not giving you any inside information because I know none. I'd like to obviously know a lot more about what's happened. I think Cheyenne's been very useful in this chat. There's been a lot of things come through there. So that's information that I didn't know and now you guys do. So that's important. But I think, anyone else got anything to say? Because I think we're going to wrap this up. Because I probably need to spend about 20 minutes blowing my nose. And also, I need a cigarette. I've not had a cigarette for a while. Yeah, I smoke, which is obviously not a good idea either. But again, transparency, right? Star. I think doing a Zoom live stream with Cheyenne and Jordana will be a very good idea. Yeah, I mean, look, again, I'll have to blow my nose because this is getting ridiculous. It's not very attractive, is it? Yeah, I'm happy to do that. If Jordana and Cheyenne, if they want to have a conversation in a public setting, I'm more than happy to do that. You know, we can do it like this. You know, the option's always there. The option will be there for anyone who wants to speak about it, because I think it's important. But it's up to you guys. You know, it's up to what everyone needs. Change Your Life says, I need a cigarette too. Yeah, well, let's all just go for a cigarette then. Let's all just go for a cigarette. I think it's time. We've been on like an hour and 15 minutes. That's even longer than I thought it would be, to be fair. I didn't realize there'd be this many comments. I didn't realize there'd be this many people remotely interested in what I had to say about it. But, you know, you guys keep surprising me. Oh, fuck. I never said it. Did anyone smash the like button, by the way? Did anyone do that? Because I completely forgot to say it. I always forget to say it. I'm such a shit YouTuber. I just don't know how to do these things. If you can, smash the like button. Or don't, because we're going to close it now. But fuck, I always forget to do that. Anyone, any last minute thoughts? I'll leave it open for another minute in case anyone wants to say anything. Any last minute questions or thoughts around next steps? You know, how many people are thinking you're going to stay in FANX? How many think you're going to leave? Anything at all? I'll give you like another 30 seconds, and if not, we'll wrap it up. Wrap it up. Right. I'm happy with that. We're all happy. Good. As always, you know, an absolute pleasure speaking to you today. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day. Have an amazing evening as always. I'm available obviously in all the different bits, X, YouTube comments, fucking Telegram, you know, take your pick. You can find it. Lasoi Gauthier. I really butcher people's names, and I'm so sorry. Just appreciate the fact that you said it straight away. Thank you. I think that's important. So that's good. I always think it's important to, like I said before, I'm on this journey trying to make it be as honest as humanly possible, which I know seems a bit alien when it comes to crypto YouTube, but it is kind of what it is. And you know, whether it'll do me any favors in the long run, I don't know. People sometimes don't like honesty, don't forget. So anyway, thank you very much for being here. Smash the like button. Forgot to tell you to do that. Comment, do all that good stuff. And yeah, if you want us to have a more of a chat with Jordana or anyone else, or anyone, Cheyenne, anyone in the future, let me know. And my DMs or whatever are always open. So let me know what you want to do. All the best. Have an amazing night. Take care. Goodbye.